Hey, what's going on, guys? So in this video I'm gonna build a login with Instagram WordPress plugin, which is gonna allow users to log in on WordPress website using the Instagram account. So here's the demo. I have this login with Instagram link, which this can be a button. You can you can add a CSS class here and just make it as pretty as you want. But in this case I'm just gonna leave it like this, plain, just for the sake of time. So if I click on this login with Instagram, this is gonna redirect me to Instagram, and if I wouldn't be logged in on Instagram would ask me for my login and password. So after you log in, you will see this window which is gonna say hi and your first and last name, your previously linked WordPress login FNC. This is my app's name. So it's saying you previously linked to this app, Instagram. Would you like to continue with your previous settings? So if I click continue, Instagram is going to process the data, and it's going to redirect me back to my website, which in my case is localhost. And instead of my login with Instagram button, I'm going to see just a hi, and this is my Instagram login, which is Rusu7035, and then I have this logout button. So if I'm going to my dashboard now, where my users are, and if I refresh the users page, I'm gonna see a new user here, which is has my Instagram login. So here's the thing, whenever we click on that button, Instagram is sending us back with some data, from Instagram. So I grabbed just the user login from Instagram. I didn't get to the point where I can grab their email. So if you need to have their email, if this is something that you want to have on your website, what you can do is here where you have this, for example, if they log in for the first time, you can have a field where you ask them to provide their email address. But if you don't care about that, then that's not a problem, because if you log out, for example, if I log out now, click log out, and if I will visit this website again and I want to log in with Instagram, if I click login with Instagram is asking for permission, the same thing. I click continue, and whenever I get redirected back to my website, my WordPress is gonna check. WordPress is always checking, is there any user with this login, with the Instagram login I'm trying to log in now. So if there's a registered user in the database, then WordPress is just gonna log me in. It doesn't register an additional account, so these users can be used without an email address. But if you guys know, if you found a way on how to grab the email from Instagram, please leave a comment. I'm also very curious about that. I did some research. I saw that Instagram has a new API. They changed their API on June 29, 2020. And they changed the structure a little bit here. So in this video I used just the Instagram basic display API. So basically I read all this, most of this documentation from here on how to create an app and stuff like that. So this is where we will get started. I'm gonna have to create a Facebook app, and then get the secret key, app key, and then from there I'll start coding. So if you guys, if this is something that's interesting to you, just make sure you sit comfortable, you have your drink, and let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so now I'm going to access the developers.facebook.com, and here I will click on my apps. Make sure you log in first. I have these two apps here, but I'm gonna create a new app just to show you how the process is. So I'll click create app, and from here I'm gonna choose build connected experiences, which is saying connect consumers, products like Facebook login to your app and stuff like that. So I pick this, click continue. Here you choose, you type in your app display name. So let's say Vicode Media Tutorial. Here you can choose an email, and you don't have to choose anything here. Just click create app, confirm that you are not a robot, click submit, and then here's where you'll be redirected. And now from here just click on settings, and here go to basic, and scroll down all the way down, and you'll have a button which is gonna say add platforms. Just click there, choose your platform. In my case it's the website, and here you'll have to enter your website's URL. In my case it's localhost because I'm working on a local machine, so I'll just copy it and paste it here like this, and I'll click save changes. After this is done, I click on dashboard from the left side, and from here I scroll down to where I see Instagram basic display. The Instagram basic display API allows users of your app to get basic profile information, photos and videos in their Instagram account. So I'll click setup. Then on the next page I'm going to click on create new app. He's gonna ask me for a display name, so I'll just leave the same name as I had for the main Facebook app. So click create app, and now it's kind of slow, but and now here I have my Instagram app ID and Instagram app secret. But what I want to do is I want to add a user. I want to add a Instagram tester. I want to add myself as an app tester. So scroll down to the section where it's saying user token generator, and click on this add or remove Instagram testers, and then you'll see your administrators, which is only me at the moment. And then here on the last section it needs to say Instagram tester. So here I'm gonna click add Instagram tester, and here's gonna ask me for an Instagram tester. So this needs to be an Instagram ID. In my case it's Rusu 30. Oh my god, I forgot my Instagram ID. If you don't know what's your Instagram ID, just go to instagram.com, log into your Instagram account, and this is your ID, which is my case is Rusu 7035. Just click this, click submit, and when I click submit, it's gonna refresh the page, and I'm gonna have myself here, but it's gonna say pending and parentheses. So I have to go to Instagram account, click on my account, click on this my avatar on top right corner, and then click on settings, and from here I'm just gonna go to apps and websites, and I will go to testers invites section, and then from here I'll have to accept. You see, this is Vicot Media, this is the app that I just created, and I'll accept it. And now if I go back to Facebook here, and if I refresh the page, I'll see myself here as a tester. Okay, so that's it. Now I'm gonna go back here on the left side. I'm gonna have a new tab which is gonna say Instagram basic display, and I will click on that, and then I will click on basic display, and this is what I'm gonna need for my app. This is my Instagram app ID and Instagram app secret. Okay, so my app is ready. Now I'm gonna go ahead and create a new folder in my plugins folder, in my WordPress content folder. So I'm in my htdocs WordPress content / plugins. I'll create a new folder and I will name it let me just name it Instagram, and then I'll open it, and I'll open my VS Code in this folder. So the main file here is going to be main.php file. You can name it however you want, but I just like to do it in this way, just make things easier. And everything is gonna start with a comment here, so WordPress knows that this is the main file of this plugin, and the comment is gonna be something like this. Here I'm gonna have the plugin name, so plugin name is going to be login with Instagram, and then description is gonna say this plugin will add a login with Instagram button, and the next one's gonna be plugin URI, and I'll put here vycodemedia.com, and then here the author, so I'll put my name here, and then I'll add the version, which is 0.1 is fine. Okay, now here I'll make sure I don't allow anybody to access this file directly from the browser. So I'll say don't access this file directly, and I will have define. I will use the define WordPress variable which is abs path, like this, or die function. Okay, so from here we'll just continue with our code, but before that I'll just save this, and I will go to my website's dashboard to activate this plugin. So I'll go to plugins, and here I'm gonna see my new plugin, which is login with Instagram. This is the description, version, by author, and then the plugin, visit plugin site. So I'll click activate. This is gonna activate my plugin. Now I'm gonna go back to my VS Code. So here I'm gonna start with some I'm just gonna define 3 variables. One is gonna be for the Instagram client ID, one is gonna be for the client secret, and one for the redirect URI. So I'm gonna have here Instagram app client ID, and here I'm gonna define a variable, and I will say here Instagram client ID, and here's gonna be my ID. I'm just gonna leave it empty for now. The next variable is going to be for the Instagram app client secret, and here I'm gonna define actually I missed I'm just gonna leave it like this, it's just a comment. Okay, so define, and here I'm gonna have Instagram client secret. Okay, and this is gonna be empty for now. The next one is gonna be the redirect URL. This is where Instagram is gonna send the user whenever after they will click on the confirm button, whenever they will log in with Instagram. So I will define a new variable here, and this is gonna be redirect URI, and the URI in my case is gonna be I will create a redirection URI, and this is gonna be HTTPS. I know if you guys use XAMPP, the HTTPS, you may say that HTTPS doesn't work. Yes, I'm aware of that, but Instagram is asking for an HTTPS SSL on your website. So if you use localhost, there's a way by using Google Chrome you can access the localhost with an expired HTTPS. So I'll show you how to do that. There is actually an advanced button. You can click continue and save. So this works. But here I have localhost / I'm gonna have VM from Vycode Media, and then -insta -login / we will create this URL in right here below. I will show you how we create it, and just type it in like this for now. And now I'm gonna go back to my Facebook, to my Instagram app, and I will copy all the data from here, like Instagram app ID. Here I'll place it here, and then we have Instagram app secret, here like this. Okay, and next I want to generate a shortcode here. And by generating this, I will generate a shortcode, and I will be able to use this shortcode anywhere I want. Widgets, pages, posts, and so on. So I'll add an action, actually no, add shortcode, and here I'll say Instagram login hyphen login, and I'm gonna create this function below. So the function name is going to be vm underscore login underscore with underscore insta, and here I'm gonna have the actual function. So function, I'll just copy and paste this one here like this, no parameters. And first thing I will check, I want to show this login with Facebook button only if the user is not logged in, right? So if this user is a visitor, so I'll have if, I'll check here if it's different than is user underscore lodged underscore in. This is a function. So if it's different than this, that means the user is not logged in. So I'll return, no, I'm not gonna return anything now. Actually, I'm gonna have another if statement, which is gonna, here I'm gonna check to see if the registrations on the website are open. So okay, so here I'm gonna have another if statement. So if it's different than get option, and the option is going to be user can register, users underscore can underscore register. So if get option, so if it's different than this, that means the registration is closed. So I'll have a return registration is closed like this. Else I'm gonna output that login with Instagram button. So here I'm gonna grab so here I'm gonna have a an API, Instagram API URL. I got this from their documentation. I can't show you right now where I went to grab this documentation from, but I got it from somewhere there. Sorry, I can't show you where I got that from, but I'm gonna have this code in the on my GitHub. There's gonna be a link to the source code, so you can just grab it from there just in case. But now I'm gonna type it from scratch, everything from scratch, so it's gonna be easy for you to use. So here I'm gonna have a data variable, and here I will put the scopes. This is the data I want to get from Instagram. So I want to get the user profile data and also the user media. I'm not gonna show any media on this in this tutorial, but I'm just showing you that it's possible to grab some other stuff from Instagram. And then I'm gonna have another variable which is gonna be full URL. And this full URL is gonna be the following: https api.instagram.com/auth/authorize question mark, and then here we have the client ID, and we assign to this get method of client ID. This is a variable actually. It's going to be a concatenation, and here I'm going to put Instagram client ID. This one, the one from here, so make sure they match. Okay, next. The next one is going to be the redirect URI, so we'll have and sign here, redirect underscore URI. Oh, actually, now make sure it's not capital letter. Redirect URI, and here equal, and then concatenation. Oh, whoa, Victor, we get a concatenation, so we have like this, and here goes the Instagram client. No, the redirect URI. So let's paste it here like this, and then the next one is the scope. So here we'll have end scope. We have this and we have to concatenate again. So here we will put our data variable. The data is from here, so we get the user profile, user media. Okay, data, and then we will have a response type. So we want to get the response in a code, in an encrypted code. So we have here apostrophe and response underscore type, and here we put code like this. Just making sure I didn't misspell anything here. Okay, and then below here I'm gonna have a return, and this is going to return my login with Instagram button. So I'm gonna have href login with Instagram, login with this, and here I'm gonna have a concatenation, and I will put the full URL in here. Okay, let's save it for now. I'll just grab this shortcode and I'll paste it on my main page. So I'm going to pages, I'll go to front page, which in my case is sample page. Sorry guys, I didn't create any other special page for this, but here I'm gonna add a shortcode, and I'll paste this shortcode like this. I'll click update. So now if I'm going to the home page, if I refresh, I am not seeing anything because I'm logged in. But if I open an incognito tab, and if I refresh it, I'm gonna get a few errors. Instagram client ID, use of undefined constant, Instagram client ID, assumed Instagram client ID. This will throw an error. Where's that? Main 31st. So let's go to the 31st. And I think that's because I left this space. I shouldn't leave this space before and after this variables. This is my bad. Okay, so I'll save it. Let's go back and refresh now. Okay, so we have this login with Instagram. Now if I'll inspect it, I'm supposed to see here the secret ID. This should be the redirection URL, and then response type, which is code, and yeah, everything works fine. So if I click on this button now, it's gonna say invalid redirect URI. Okay, so I know why that is like this. Now let's copy this URL from here. I forgot to add it on Instagram, so sorry about that guys. So let's go back to our Instagram app on Facebook here, and where we have our client OAuth settings, let's add our URL here, which in this case is localhost/VM insta login. Just click like this. Authorize callback. So here I'm just gonna put the HTTPS localhost, and I'll just click save changes. Okay, it saved the changes. Now I'm gonna go back to my incognito tab. I'll refresh, and I will click login with Instagram. So now I click login with Instagram, and here I get, hi Victor Russo, Vicode Media Tutorial is requesting to do the following: access your profile info, access your media, alright, caption, media count, media type, media URL, permalink, timestamp, and thumbnail. So you can grab all this stuff from actually your user's account. Okay, so click authorize, and this is gonna redirect me back. So if you see here, it redirected me back to this URL. Just bear with me, you shouldn't see this yet, so let me just show you what you probably see right now. You should see a 404 page on your website. Okay, so this is what you're supposed to see, kind of thing. Like you should have a page not found, which is cool. We're going to create this page. Okay, so let's go back. Everything works fine till now. You see, we get this page, we got redirected. Oh, you probably get an error which is gonna say that the HTTPS is not, if you use localhost, it's gonna say your HTTPS is not valid, or not secure, or is expired. So just click on advanced. Google Chrome needs to have an advanced button. Click advanced and proceed and save. Click on proceed and save, and then you should see this page. Or something like that. Okay, so what we have here is the URL until here, and then we have this code because we put in the URL, we have here the response type, a code. So we've got a code, and in this code, this is like a hash. It's like a encrypted string, and here we have all the data we need from Instagram. Okay, now let's create this page, the page that doesn't exist yet. Basically, in this tutorial, I am redirecting the user to I built another video actually where I was redirecting the user to WordPress admin Ajax PHP file, but in this case Instagram is clearing the whole thing. Like I have the action there and blah 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 blah. So in this case I'm just gonna overwrite a rule from htaccess file, and this page is going to be redirected to WordPress admin Ajax file. So this is what I'm going to do next here. I'm going to add the Ajax action. So below here I'm going to, let's say, add Ajax action, and then here add action, and the first parameter is going to be wp underscore ajax underscore, and then here is going to be the URL, this action from here. So I'll just copy and paste it here like this, and then I'm gonna create this function which is gonna get the same name like this, except here where the hyphen is, we are going to have underscores. Underscore and underscore. So I'm gonna create a function with the same name, and here I want to check if there's any code variable in my get method. So insta callback, I'll just leave it like that, and then here I have this if statement, if is set, and I have get code. So if this variable is not empty, then here I'm just gonna go ahead and continue with a I'm gonna assign this code to a insta code variable. So I have insta code variable, and I assign to this variable the code I just got from Instagram. I'll paste it in like this. And here also I want to create a new file, because I'm gonna create a new object which is gonna parse this code, and it's gonna give me all a token. So I'm gonna send this code to Instagram now, and Instagram is gonna check this code and is gonna return me a token. So having that token, I'll be able to output the data on to display the data on my website. And I'll create that object actually in a separate file, and I will name it, let's create a new file here, and I will name it Instagram auth.php, like this. And of course it's gonna be a PHP file, and here I'm gonna have the class, and the class name is gonna be Instagram auth. like this. And here I'm going to have a public function, and this public function is going to access the API Instagram access token section to give me that token section. So here I'm going to have public function. I'm going to have this named get token, like this, and I have here 4 parameters. The first one is the client ID, and then I have the redirect URI, and then the client secret, and then the code. Okay, so here's gonna be the URL post variable. So URL post. Here I'm gonna assign all this variable as a get method. So we'll have client ID, and here concatenation, and I have the client ID variable, and then next is going to be the redirect URI. So we'll have and redirect underscore URI equal, and concatenation, and I will have the redirect URI variable like this, and then the client secret. So I'm gonna have and client secret, and I have equal, and then here I have the client secret variable like this, and then the code. So I have again concatenation and code, and I assign to this one the code variable, and then next is the grant type. So I'm gonna have and grant type, and here what kind of grant type. Instagram has this authorization code, so I want to get a token authorization code, so this is going to be authorization code, semicolon, new line. Okay, and then from here I'm going to use the curl init. So I'm going to have a variable which is ch, and I will assign the curl init. So I'm going to initiate a curl, and then here using the curl set option, I'm going to set a few options here, and I'm actually just going to copy and paste them, guys. You can pause the video and copy and type in all of them. So there's the curl setup, I'm using the ch initiation, and there's the URL. So the URL, actually I missed the URL here. Good point, dude. Here I'm gonna have a new URL variable, and I will assign the URL to the Instagram API. So it's going to be https api.instagram.com/auth/access token, like this. So this is the URL from here. Okay, and then I have this curl post fields, because I'm making this this is going to be like a post method call to this API. So I'm calling this API to the post method, and I send this URL post variables. This is what I sent to Instagram API. And then below here I'm going to have a new variable which is going to be data, and I will assign the data in a JSON. I will actually grab the data and I will decode it, because this is going to be in a JSON format. So I want to assign it, I want to decode it. So I'm going to have JSON underscore decode, and here I'm going to have curl execute, gonna have exec, and here I'm gonna have the ch, that's the session, and then the second parameter is gonna be true. So this is gonna execute the call, and then I will have another variable which is going to be http code, and I will assign the curl get info, so curl underscore get info. All these functions are PHP predefined functions, guys. ch, and here I'm gonna have curl info underscore http underscore code, so curl info underscore http underscore code, so I call them like this, and then I just close the session. ch, and then below here I'm gonna have an if statement, which I'm gonna check the status of this call. So if the http underscore code variable is different than 200, then this is gonna throw a new exception. So I have throw new exception object, and here I'm gonna have error, failed to receive access token. Failed to receive access token. If not, if it didn't get this, if everything was fine, then I'm just gonna return the data. Data is gonna be an array now, and I will return the access token like this. And then here I'm gonna have another function which is gonna get the user profile information using this the token. I'm gonna grab from here. I'm gonna call these functions separately. So this other function, guys, I'm going to copy and paste it. I'll just explain the code just for the sake of time. So this is the second function, which is gonna get user profile. It's named get user profile information. I get the access token as a parameter, and I'm gonna call this API, this URL access using the, and I will concatenate and put here the access token t, and then using the curl session, I'm gonna call it, and I'm gonna assign the information to the HTTP code. I will assign the whole data to the data variable, and then here I could also, you see here I just misspelled it. It needs to be HTTP, and here I was trying to do the same thing with the HTTP. You can check the same, you can put the same if statement if you want, but if not, you can just leave it like this. Curl close, we close the session here, we just return the data. The data now is going to be an array here. So I will save this file. Now in my main.php file, I'm going to require this file. So I want to require this file right below the redirect URL. So I'm gonna have require once, and here's going to be the file name, Instagram auth.php. Oh my god, I'm just trying to remember what the file name I have it here. Okay, Instagram auth.php. So let's go back to our Ajax action here, where we're building our action. So now here we assign the code to the insta code variable, and now I want to try an API call. So here I'm gonna have a try like this, and in this try I'm gonna have an Instagram C underscore capital C, and I will assign to this variable a new object, which is the Instagram auth, the object we just created in that separate file. And then here I'll get the access token. So here I'm gonna call that first function we just created. So here I'm gonna have a variable which is gonna be access token, and I will assign to this access token Instagram C, the object we just created, and then the function name from this file, the first one, which is this get token like this. And we have 4 parameters here, and the first one is the Instagram client, this one, Instagram client, redirect URI. Just make sure you follow this this order. So the redirect URI, and we have the Instagram secret. And what was next? Insta code. We send this code we've got from Insta code. Okay, we have this in place. Let's make sure that we get the response. So we'll have var dump access token. I will save it. Now below here I want to actually wait, we've got this try. Now let's see if this doesn't work, then we will catch an error. So we'll have catch, and if we catch an exception, we grab the event, and here we have echo event get message, and we just exit the code, the execution. Okay, now below here I want to allow logged out users to access the admin Ajax PHP function. So I'm gonna put here allow so here we'll have a function, and the function name is going to be add insta underscore ajax underscore actions, like this, and I will add an action here, and the action is going to be wp underscore ajax underscore no priv, which means not private, no priv underscore, and this is the action name, which in my case is vm underscore login underscore Instagram. And the next one is the action, so it's vm underscore login underscore Insta. Here make sure it's Insta, it's not Instagram, it's the abbreviation. Okay, it's like this. And let's see what next. And next we just add action. We just want to fire this, so it's gonna be admin init, and the second one is gonna be the function name, like this. Alright, so I'm gonna save it. Now there's one more thing though. In your main root folder, where's your WordPress whole, like the root WordPress folder, just open your htaccess file, this one from here, because we will rewrite the rule here. So just gonna put it here like this, and right before you have your index rewrite rule index.php file, we want to rewrite this, we want to add a new rule. So the rule is going to be, I'm just gonna leave a comment first. And I will say here rewrite Ajax action URL. And here is going to be rewrite rule, and I will actually just copy and paste it because it's a lot of stuff in here. It's like this. So basically this rule, this is how it is by default. Alright, this is how this action looks like by default. Now I just changed it because Instagram cleared, whenever Instagram redirects the user back, Instagram removes this action variable from here, and it remains just these files, which in this case doesn't work for the URL. So I had to rewrite the rule, and this whole URL, which is if you see this is the action from my file from here. This is the action. All right, and I made it shorter. I made it like this, like a separate page. And this is the redirection URL from here. All right, and this way, when we call this URL, we call this Ajax action. So this is where the magic happens. So I'm just gonna save this file and just leave it like that for now. But here I want to have this. Okay, so I have this var dump. I want to see if we're getting the access token. So I'm gonna save it, and I'm gonna open the incognito file. I'm just gonna go to the home page, click login with Instagram. It redirects me to Instagram. Click continue, and then we go back to this file here, but we don't get anything because I don't know why. I think because there is an error, that's why. So it grabs the code from here, Instagram, instacode, get code from here. Let's see what we have here. Login Insta. Oh, I have Insta login. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm so sorry about that. It's just okay, it needs to be login Insta. This URL needs to match. Okay, so I'm gonna save it. If I go back and refresh now, I'm getting the code from here. So what I have here, I'm getting the access token. So this is the access token, okay? So which means it works. Refresh one more time. There hasn't been a critical error on the website. It's just because the token is not valid. Let's try one more time. So log in one more time, continue. So we're getting the token. Okay, everything works fine till now. So on the next step is to grab the user profile information. So here where we have the var dump, I'm gonna put get user information, and here I'm gonna have a user info variable, and I will assign Instagram C object, and here is going to be this function's name. So I'll paste it here, which is not, it's a method, but and I will use the access token as a parameter. Okay, and then below here I want to see what we're getting in this variable. So it's gonna be var dump. Save it, go back, refresh, log in with Instagram, continue, and I'm getting the username and ID. My account ID, which is good. This is what I'm supposed to get. Now if I have the username, I can register a new user. But before I do that, let me just comment this out. Here I'm going to have an if statement, which is going to check if there's already a user registered with this login. So let me just leave a comment. Check if username already registered. Okay, so here I'm gonna if statement. If it's different than username exists, actually username underscore exists like this, and here we have user info, and we have username variable. So it's different. If it's different than this, that means that the user is not registered. So here we will have to generate a password and then to register a new user. So here we will have generate password, and here we have bytes, a bytes variable, and I will use the OpenSSL random pseudo bytes underscore random underscore pseudo underscore bytes, and I'll choose t parameter, and then I will have another variable which is going to be password. And there is md5 bin t hex, and here I have the bytes. Okay, so this is gonna assign a random password to my password variable. Now what I want to do here is to insert a new user. So I'm gonna have a new variable, and this is going to be new user ID, and here I'm gonna assign the wp underscore insert underscore user, and I'm gonna have an array here, and here's all the data I will add to this user. So I'll have user login. User login is gonna be user info, and it's gonna be username, and the password. So here's gonna be user underscore password, and the user registered, and here we'll have the date, and the date format is going to be d space HIS, and the role for this new user is going to be subscriber, like this. Let me align all the stuff just to make it prettier, like this. And then here we'll have a new if statement. We will check if the user has been inserted, then we will just log the user in, and we will redirect the user to the home page. So if this is true, then log user in. So here we have do action, and here we have wp underscore login, and then we have new user ID, then we have user info, username, this one, and what else? We want to set the current user, so we have wp underscore set underscore current underscore user, and here we have new user ID, and then we have wp, we set the authentication cookies to this user, so we have wp underscore set underscore auth underscore cookie, and here we have new user ID, and we have true. Okay, and then send user to home page, and here we have wp underscore redirect, and here we have home underscore URL, and then the exit function. Okay, but this is if the username exists. So let's save this for now. Let's see if we can register the user, if I didn't misspell anything there. So if I click login with Instagram, going to Instagram, confirm, go back here, and there's an error. There has been a critical error on the website. Okay, so what I want to do here, I want to check my dashboard just to see if this new user has been registered on my website. Users. Okay, so I see this user here, and it seems like it redirected. It seems like I'm logged in now, because you know I don't see that shortcode that I used to see before, because here I have this if statement here. If I'm logged in, if I'm not logged in, I'm gonna see this shortcode. So here I'm gonna add an else, and I will put here, I will grab this the current user data. So I'll have current user, and I will assign the wp underscore get underscore current underscore user, and here I'm gonna have return hi space concatenation, and I will put here current underscore user, and I will grab the user login. Like this, and I will also have a logout button, so it's going to be href. This is going to be /wp hyphen login.php, and the action is going to be logout. Here I'm going to have logout like this. So if I save it and go back to the page now, if I refresh it, I see an error, WordPress get user undefined function, WordPress get current user. So I misspelled something here. Function call to undefined function main 37 here. Used to be current, not a current user, obviously. Okay, so here I'm getting hi, and I get this source 7035. Now if I click logout, yeah, logout, if I go back to the home page, I'm gonna see this button, but for some reason there's an error here. Somewhere here I have an error or something that it's throwing an error here. User info, username. Okay, this one, password, user password, open SSL, random. Alright. And I think I misspelled this one here as well. So let's refresh the page now, click one more time. Sorry about that, guys, I'm really sorry. It's oh wow, didn't work, of course. Maybe let me clear up the cookies from here. Oh, you know why? Because there's already user registered here, so I have to delete this user now and just try one more time. Alright, so it works. Now I want to make sure, so here where I check if the username exists, so if it doesn't, we register a new one. Else, if there's already a user, I want to just log this user in with this login. So if user already registered, I'm gonna have a user variable, and I will assign get user by. So I'll get user by login, and here's going to be the login, which is user info and username, like this. And then below here I'm gonna have pretty much the same thing I have here, so I'm just gonna copy it and I'll paste it here like this. Right, this, instead of new user ID, where I forgot about do action. So instead of new user ID, I'm going to have the user ID like this. User info is gonna stay like this, and everywhere where I have new user ID, I'm gonna replace with this user ID stuff. like this, and then just redirect the user back to the home page. Save it, and I'm gonna refresh it here. I'm just gonna log out first. Log in with Instagram, click continue, and yep, it logged me in even though I have a user here. You know, the user is already registered here, so it didn't create a new user, it just logged me in. Now what I want to do here is whenever I click on logout button, then I click logout here, I want the WordPress to redirect me to the home page. I don't want to see this page. So in order to do that, I should add here a an action. So I'm gonna have to home page after logout, and here I'll have a function. Function is gonna be VM underscore redirect underscore after underscore logout, and here I'll have WP underscore redirect, and the parameter is gonna be home URL like this, and then exit function, and I'm gonna just add an action here, and the action is going to be WP underscore logout, and then the second parameter is going to be the function name. So I'll paste it like this here. I'll save it. Now I'm going back. I'll just log in again here. Okay, and click logout. Yes, logout, and voila. Yep, so everything works fine. Alright guys, it's a long video, but I hope you guys learned. I hope it was useful for you. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for my channel. There's gonna be a link in the description from where you can grab the source code, and I'll see you guys in the next video.